These types of women always cheat. 8 red flags you must know psychology tricks. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Maya Angelou. Fellas, let's keep it real. Sometimes infidelity has nothing to do with your effort, your wallet, or your loyalty. Some people, because of their choices and patterns, will cross lines no matter what you give. If you don't spot the signs early, you can spend years chasing loyalty that was never on the table. That's why today I'm breaking down 8 psychology-backed red flags that often show up before cheating does. By the end, you'll know what to watch for, how to protect your peace, and when to walk away without second-guessing yourself. Stay locked in. Number 8 stings the most, but once it lands, you'll never look at relationships the same way again. 1. The Materialistic Woman. Meet the material first woman, the one whose eyes light up at the receipt more than your presence, and listen closely, because this is a soft warning wrapped in velvet. She doesn't fall for you. She falls for the orbit around you. That is the point most men miss. She bonds with outcomes, not with character. She adores the restaurants, the trips, the premium seats, the silent flex of convenience that follows your name. At first, it feels flattering. You enjoy the sparkle when you hand over a small luxury. You mistake the afterglow of a purchase for intimacy. Don't. Be sharper than that. In female psychology, attachment should form around your values, your voice, your steadiness under pressure. When the glow is cyclic and coincides exactly with spending, you're not building love, you're servicing an appetite. Watch the pattern. Your pause equals her pout. Your yes equals her kiss. Your boundary equals her mood swing. That is a transaction, not a connection. You must test the center of gravity. Change the plan to something free and ordinary, a walk, a home-cooked dinner, a slow afternoon at a park, and observe. If the vibe collapses without the price tag, you've learned everything you need. Smart men use simple psychology tricks, not to manipulate, but to clarify, move one variable at a time, and read the reaction. In genuine affection, enthusiasm survives the downgrade. In a transactional setup, interest expires the minute the card returns to your wallet. Don't chase that collapse with bigger gestures. Be the man who reads the data, not the man who argues with it. Here's the quieter detail most ignore. Material focus often hides fear and control. Gifts create a scoreboard. Status sets the hierarchy. If she keeps score, she will also shop for a winner. That is why many of these dynamics correlate with infidelity risk, because if acquisition is the love language, whoever offers a shinier horizon becomes the soulmate of the week. You must protect your energy, your time, your finances. Set a budget for dating, even if you're wealthy. Pay attention to pronouns and patterns. We deserve is fine. I need with deadlines is not. You should after you've already given is a tell. In female psychology, admiration is nourishment. If what you're getting is only demand, you're being used as a vending machine. Don't be one. Be a standard. Want another simple filter? Delay the next big spend and offer depth instead. A story from a hard season, a goal you're chasing, a boundary you're enforcing. If she leans in, you have traction. If she goes dull or irritated, you had sparkle without substance. That is the clarity you need. A few powerful psychology tricks can simplify the maze. Mirror her investment level for 2 weeks and see if she increases non-monetary effort. Propose memory-rich experiences with low cost and high attention, sunrise coffee, old bookstore browsing, cooking together, and track emotional reciprocity. Meet her friends and notice whether they celebrate your character or your capacity. You must also watch language during conflict. If every disagreement ends with a new ask, you're in a contract, not a partnership. Don't confuse peace with purchase. Be willing to walk. The fastest way to see true priorities is to make extravagant spending optional, not automatic. And about how to fall in love, understand this. You don't fall because you're dazzled. You fall because your nervous system can relax. That is the real attraction code. In healthy courtship, generosity is a ribbon, not the gift. Purpose is the gift. Integrity is the gift. Reliability is the gift. Use female psychology wisely. Women who value you will lean toward your mission, not just your money. They'll protect your name in rooms you'll never enter. They'll take pride in the small, the quiet, the unbranded moments. If she only blooms under neon, you know the truth. You must respect your own effort. Don't try to outbid emptiness. Don't invest to earn feelings. Be the man who gives with joy but never to buy peace. That is how to fall in love without losing yourself. If the smiles arrive on schedule with the deliveries and fade on schedule with the receipts, call it what it is, an economic arrangement. In that arrangement, the next best offer is always a threat, which means loyalty is always on layaway. It's unkind to say, but kinder than the crash, men who ignore this pattern end up exhausted, suspicious, and broke in the places that matter: heart, mind, bank, and confidence. You must choose a different script. Frame your courtship around time, attention, curiosity, and shared discipline. Use psychology tricks that elevate truth, consistency over spectacle, questions over flexes, small tests over blind hope. Don't demonize wealth. It's fine to enjoy good things. But never let wealth stand in for worth. Be willing to lose someone who only loves the stage props. That is strength. That is wisdom. And that, ironically, is also how to fall in love with someone who can't be bought because she isn't shopping, she's choosing. Keep the lesson close. If affection fluctuates with your finances, she's not your partner, she's your customer. Don't negotiate your soul with a shopper. Guard your heart, guard your wallet, and give your best to a woman who lights up when the bill is small, but the moment is full, because that is love, and everything else is glitter. 2. The woman still on dating apps. If she says she loves you but keeps her dating apps just for fun, don't smile and nod. Understand this. She's still shopping. She hasn't left the marketplace. And if those apps are still on her phone, it's not an accident, it's insurance. A woman who's truly in love doesn't keep a backup plan in her pocket. She deletes temptation, not excuses. Let's call it what it is, a lie dressed in lipstick. Just for fun really means just in case. It means I'm with you now, but I like knowing I could do better. That's not love. That's emotional window shopping. When a woman's heart is genuinely invested, she closes every door that leads back to the world of swipes and matches. She doesn't crave digital applause. She craves peace, the kind that only comes from being settled, secure, and chosen. A high-value man knows this truth. Attention is currency. And if she's still spending hers online, she's not investing it in you. Every match, every like, every tiny notification is a hit of dopamine, a little thrill that feeds her ego. And soon, that harmless habit becomes something darker: emotional infidelity. She's not cheating with her body yet, but her validation comes from men she doesn't even know. She's letting strangers do what your love is supposed to do, make her feel wanted. A woman addicted to attention will always need a fix. And no matter how much you love her, you cannot give an ego that's starving for strangers. That's why you must protect your masculine energy. Don't compete with pixels. Don't beg for loyalty from someone who still seeks approval from men she'll never meet. You're not here to prove your worth. You're here to choose who is worthy of it. The excuses always sound the same. It's no big deal. I don't even use it that much. I just like to see what's out there. But think about that. If she's fulfilled, why does she even need to see what's out there? People who are content don't go window shopping for replacements. When a woman is happy, her curiosity dies where her commitment begins. You must be honest with yourself. A woman who keeps one foot in the dating pool is preparing for her next swim. Don't wait to drown before you realize the water was never yours. Every man who ignores this red flag ends up saying the same thing later: I thought she'd change. But love doesn't fix character, it exposes it. If she won't delete the apps on her own, she's not choosing you, she's choosing options. And a woman who keeps her options open keeps your heart on the shelf. Don't think you can love her enough to make her stop. That's not power, that's weakness disguised as devotion. A high-value man doesn't chase validation, he commands respect. Be the man who walks away, not the one who waits around hoping she'll notice your worth. A woman who's still swiping is still searching. And if she's still searching, you were never her final choice. Don't compete for commitment with someone who's still playing single. Don't fight for a place in her heart while she's fighting the urge to check her inbox. You deserve more, not because you're perfect, but because you value yourself. Awareness is the armor of a man who understands his power. So here's the truth in one hard, clean sentence. If she hasn't deleted the apps, delete the illusion. A woman who truly wants you won't need reminders. She'll make it clear, no confusion, no hesitation, no backup plan. She'll be all in. And that's the kind of woman a high-value man deserves. One who values loyalty over attention, peace over popularity, depth over dopamine. That is your standard. That is your power. And that is how you attract women who are truly worthy of your time, your trust, and your masculine energy. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button and share it with a friend who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful insights on relationships and psychology. Comment to remember, I attract loyalty because I respect myself. 3. The Secretive Woman. A woman doesn't need to cross the line to betray you. Sometimes betrayal lives in the shadows she creates. Watch her silence. Watch the way she guards her phone like a soldier protecting state secrets, how her laughter belongs to the screen instead of to you. When her device is face down, notifications muted, and her excuses come fast, you're paranoid, you're overreacting. Don't let those words dull your instinct. That's your inner compass, your intuition, your built-in truth detector. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Use that power. In the battlefield of relationships, your gut is your shield. The Old Stoic wisdom teaches, a man with an iron mind does not chase confusion. He observes, he understands, and he walks away. Transparency isn't control, it's trust. When she hides, she isn't protecting peace, she's protecting secrets. Secrecy is the soil where betrayal grows, and from that soil sprout lies, doubts, and sleepless nights. Don't ignore the signs. Don't silence your instinct. Don't rationalize disrespect. In modern life, where every thought is texted, every emotion is shared online, the secretive woman becomes a ghost in plain sight. She's living two lives, one in your arms, one behind her glowing screen. And that, brother, is not love. That's theater. You must see it for what it is. That small discomfort in your chest, that flicker of doubt, it's not insecurity. It's awareness. The Stoicism win here is learning that walking away is strength, not loss. Don't negotiate your peace. Don't trade your sanity for a false sense of security. Remember what Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free." Be brave enough to walk when truth disappears. The man who stands firm on his values doesn't fear loneliness. He fears betrayal disguised as affection. In the world today, where temptation lives in every message and validation comes from strangers, an iron mind is your greatest defense. Build it, sharpen it, guard it. Don't get trapped in endless detective work. If she hides her messages, her social media, her schedule, that's not mystery, that's manipulation. A man grounded in Old Stoic wisdom knows that love without honesty is just illusion. When she protects her privacy like a fortress, but offers you no transparency, that's not independence, it's distance. Let's be clear, real women don't make you guess, they make you feel safe. Don't settle for someone who laughs at her screen more than she smiles at you. You deserve peace, not paranoia. You deserve connection, not confusion. In today's world of constant distraction, your focus must be your fortress. Your iron mind must separate emotion from fact. If something feels wrong, it usually is. Don't let your desire for her cloud your vision of truth. That's not strength, that's surrender. Real strength is walking away with your dignity intact. Remember, secrecy kills connection, and connection is the foundation of every lasting bond. If she's living a double life, one for you and one behind her password, you must choose your freedom over your fantasy. This is your call to mastery. Don't be the man who doubts himself, be the man who decides. Be the man who embodies Stoicism win, calm under pressure, decisive under doubt, and unshakable in values. The world may try to convince you that jealousy is weakness, but discernment is wisdom. Don't chase her truth. Let her reveal it through her actions. As Epictetus taught, circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. When her actions expose deceit, That's your revelation, your moment of clarity. Take it, use it, rise above it. Brother, the secretive woman is a lesson, not a loss. Don't let her break your faith in love. Let her build your faith in yourself. The Stoic man doesn't beg for honesty. He commands it by how he carries himself. Keep your head high, your emotions steady, and your mind unshakable. That's how men win, not through control, but through mastery. The old Stoic wisdom remains undefeated. Peace is power, truth is strength, and an iron mind is your greatest weapon. Don't lose it. Don't forget it. And never again mistake secrecy for love. 4. The woman still close to her ex. She says, "We're just friends." Oh, really? Then why is his name still glowing on her phone at midnight? Why is she laughing a little too hard at his texts? And why does her mood shift when his name comes up? Don't let her calm tone fool you. That friendship is emotional leftovers disguised as innocence. A woman still close to her ex isn't just keeping a friend, she's keeping a doorway to her past wide open. And when a woman keeps that door open, you'd better believe she walks through it every time things between you two get rough. Men often fall for this trap because they don't understand female psychology. You think silence looks confident, that ignoring her attachment shows strength. Wrong. In this game, silence isn't power, it's permission. And permission turns into betrayal. You must see what's really happening. When she's upset with you, she doesn't turn to you for comfort. She turns to the man who once made her feel seen. That's not harmless. That's emotional cheating wearing polite clothes. You can't build trust when she's splitting her loyalty between your present and her past. Here's one of the oldest psychology tricks in relationships. Where the emotions go, the body eventually follows. When she's venting to her ex, laughing at his jokes, or sharing her frustrations, she's feeding the old emotional bond that should have been starved long ago. And make no mistake, emotional bonds are stronger than physical ones. That's female psychology 101. The more she shares her mind with him, the more her heart drifts away from you. And you'll feel it, that subtle emotional distance, that invisible wall, that sudden loss of warmth when she's with you but not really with you. Don't be the man who ignores the signs. Be the man who reads the patterns. If she respected you, she'd cut off those ties. Not because you demanded it, but because she understands what real commitment means. A woman who's truly ready for love doesn't keep emotional backup plans. She doesn't need a safety net when she believes in the relationship she's building. If she's still keeping him around, it's not because she's kind or mature. It's because she's conflicted. She wants the comfort of what was and the security of what is. But no man deserves to compete with a memory. Don't kid yourself. You'll never find peace with a woman who's emotionally attached elsewhere. You'll always feel like you're fighting ghosts. You'll always sense that invisible third person in your conversations. And when you start to wonder why things never feel entirely yours, remember, you can't win a race when she's looking over her shoulder. You must set a boundary. You must be bold enough to say, if your heart is still halfway somewhere else, then I can't be your halfway man. That's not control, that's clarity. And clarity is power. In female psychology, nostalgia is a dangerous drug. It makes her remember the good and forget the pain. That's how some women get stuck. They romanticize the past and sabotage the present. And you, thinking you're being understanding, give her space to figure things out. Don't. You must be firm. Be the man who knows what he deserves. You're not her therapist, you're her partner. You're not the rebound, you're the real deal. If she's not ready to love you completely, she's not ready at all. And here's a final psychology trick to remember if you ever wonder how to fall in love. Real love requires emotional exclusivity. It's not about being possessive, it's about being present. A woman who's still emotionally texting her past can't emotionally build your future. That's the hard truth most men ignore until it's too late. But not you. Not anymore. You've seen the signs, you know the mind games, and now you understand the rules. Don't fight her ghosts. Don't beg for attention that's already been divided. Be wise enough to walk away before the past ruins your peace. Because here's the truth, love doesn't bloom in divided soil. You can't plant something real in a heart that's still half owned by history. So let her keep her friend. Let her keep her memories. You keep your dignity. Because the man who understands female psychology, who knows these psychology tricks, and who learns how to fall in love the right way, that man doesn't chase confusion. He chooses clarity. He doesn't beg for love, he inspires it. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with us. Or simply comment, "Very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. 5. The woman who hides you. You've been seeing her for months. You take her out, make her laugh, talk about the future, but somehow you're still invisible in her world. Her friends don't know your name. Her family thinks she's single. Her social media screams independent queen, and every photo looks like she's living her best solo life. Brother, that's not privacy. That's secrecy. And there's a world of difference between the two. A woman who's proud of you wants to show you off, not as a trophy, but as her teammate. She'll talk about you because she values you. She'll want the world to know she's found someone who moves with purpose and masculine energy. That's what happens when a woman feels safe and proud of the man beside her. But when she hides you, she's not protecting your relationship. She's protecting her options. Let that sink in. She wants to appear single, just in case something better slides into her DMs. She wants to flirt without feeling guilty, to gather attention like trophies on a shelf. You, my friend, become her emotional safety net, the backup plan, the just in case. Don't be flattered by her mystery. Be alarmed by it. Privacy versus secrecy. Know the difference. Most men confuse secrecy for privacy. They'll say she's just private. No. Privacy means she values discretion. She doesn't post every coffee date or argument online. That's healthy. That's balance. Secrecy, though, is deliberate erasure. It's intentional invisibility. It's when she deletes your name from her story, cuts you out of the frame, or hesitates to introduce you at gatherings. That's not shyness, that's strategy. And a high-value man never ignores strategy. You must read it for what it is. A quiet declaration that she's keeping her options open. When someone hides you, it's often because they're already halfway out the door, or worse, one foot in with someone else. The psychology behind the disguise. Here's the trick of the mind. When people aren't all in, they create mental escape routes. She hides you because she doesn't want to feel tied down. She wants the thrill of attention from others, the dopamine hits, the validation, while still enjoying the stability of your commitment. That's not love. That's emotional hedging. It's the equivalent of window shopping while pretending to be loyal. When you project masculine energy, you sense this imbalance early. You don't chase clarification, you observe behavior. You see that her privacy is really camouflage, and a man who values himself doesn't beg to be seen. He simply steps back and lets the truth reveal itself. The lesson: don't settle for the shadows. If she can't claim you in public, don't let her keep you in private. That's the rule. Period. You deserve a woman who's proud to stand beside you, not one who hides you like a guilty pleasure. A high-value man doesn't compete for space in someone's world. He creates his own world and invites the right woman into it. Be the kind of man who doesn't tolerate half-love or half-truths. Be grounded, confident, and direct. When you set clear boundaries, you don't just attract women, you attract respect. Remember, a woman who's truly invested in you will want the world to know she's with you. She won't keep you a secret. She'll align her actions with her words because she's proud of the connection you share. The one who hides you? She's not building with you. She's rehearsing her exit. So walk away with your head high. Don't beg to be seen. Demand to be valued. That's what a high-value man does. Don't confuse attention for affection. Don't mistake secrecy for intimacy. A relationship worth having stands in the light, not behind locked screens or vague captions. Be the man who sets the tone, not the one waiting to be chosen. That's how you keep your power, protect your heart, and stay aligned with your masculine energy. Because at the end of the day, the woman who hides you isn't keeping you safe, she's keeping you small. And brother, you are never built for small. 6. The woman who only has male friends. Be alert, brother. The woman who surrounds herself only with men is not seeking calm, she's feeding off attention. She'll tell you, they're like my brothers, or I just get along better with guys, But let's face reality, men rarely hover around attractive women out of brotherly love. They wait patiently, strategically, silently for a crack in the wall, waiting for her to fight with you, to feel lonely, to drop her guard. Old Stoic wisdom teaches us a man who cannot see the truth is already a slave to illusion. Don't be that man. When every so-called friend checks in after an argument or calls her late at night to make sure she's okay, understand us. That's not friendship. That's the bench lineup. And if she keeps entertaining them, the lines blur until one day, the inevitable happens. He's just a friend has become the anthem of betrayal for centuries. History repeats because men ignore the signs that are written in bold red across her behavior. Don't ignore it. Don't rationalize it. Don't let your fear of being labeled insecure silence your leadership. Confidence is not silence. Boundaries are not weakness. A man who has no standards invites chaos into his kingdom. You must lead with clarity, not hesitation. You must set the rules that protect your peace. If she gets defensive, accusing you of control, understand that her reaction reveals her respect or lack thereof. Respect doesn't argue with boundaries. Respect honors them. A woman who truly values you will defend your peace, not flirt with the very energy that threatens it. Let's be direct. You are not paranoid for noticing what's obvious. You are not controlling for demanding loyalty. You are being a man who refuses to be deceived by charm. Trust, but verify, Ronald Reagan once said, wise words that apply not only to nations, but to relationships. A woman who always needs male attention is at war with stillness. She cannot thrive without validation. That is a warning, not a challenge. Don't try to fix her. Don't try to outlove her distractions. You cannot outgive insecurity. You must see it, call it out, and walk away with strength. Remember, Stoicism wins when emotion tempts you to act from weakness. Control yourself, not her. That's old Stoic wisdom. Men today live in a world where temptation is a tap away. Instagram likes, late-night messages, emotional confessions disguised as friendship, all are modern traps for those who mistake attention for affection. You must build an iron mind. That's your armor. You must learn to look past beauty and recognize patterns. Patterns never lie. If every man around her flirts, compliments, or cares too much, you are not in a relationship. You're standing in a crowded room, fighting for her focus. Don't do that. Don't compete with chaos. Compete with yourself. Be so strong, so grounded, so self-controlled that her games reveal themselves as childish in comparison. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your thoughts are filled with doubt, your spirit weakens. But if your thoughts are disciplined, your will hardens into armor. That's the Stoic path. That's how you win, not through anger, not through control, but through awareness and mastery. You are not here to chase validation. You are here to build legacy. Protect your energy like a king guards his throne. A queen worthy of that throne will never invite fools into the court. Don't lower your standards to fit her comfort zone. Raise your standards until they reveal her truth. If she cannot honor your boundaries, she's not your partner, she's your lesson. That is strength. That is clarity. That is how Stoicism wins. Modern life rewards the distracted, but the disciplined still rise above. Build your iron mind, brother. Be unmoved by beauty that disrespects loyalty. Be deaf to excuses that distort truth. Let your silence speak authority. Let your standards command respect. Because at the end of the day, a real man doesn't fear losing a woman who doesn't respect him. He fears losing his peace. And peace, once lost, is worth more than any woman who ever called you just a friend. If you've ever had to question her loyalty, that's already your answer. Real men set standards. Weak ones make excuses. Comment with power. My peace is not up for negotiation. 7. The woman with too many past lovers. Don't panic, don't judge, but do pay attention. A long list of exes doesn't make her a villain. It does, however, sketch a pattern you'd be foolish to ignore. Be clear-eyed. When intimacy is treated like a weekend hobby, the heart learns muscle memory. Feel, thrill, exit. That is the quiet training of detachment. Each casual goodbye sands down the edge of attachment until goodbyes feel like brushing your teeth, quick, routine, emotion proof. You must understand the difference between experience and connection. Experience knows the angles, the lighting, the rush. Connection knows the quiet, the sting, the repair after the fight. Don't mistake the first for the second. She may arrive like fireworks, dazzling, practiced, intoxicating, because repetition breeds performance. In the glow of novelty, you'll think you're special. You'll believe you're the exception, the one who finally turns the page. Don't bet your soul on wishful thinking. That is the oldest lore in the book of male optimism. I'll be the cure. You must remember this. Love isn't a rehab center for someone else's patterns. Patterns are stubborn. They protect themselves. If her story reads like a montage of short arcs, fast spark, fast fade, take it as data, not doom, but data all the same. The deeper rule, drawn straight from female psychology as well as human psychology, is simple. Repetition builds reflexes. When the reflex is to move on, closeness becomes costly and commitment feels like a trapdoor. Don't chase a trapdoor. Be smart about the signs. Watch how she speaks about past partners. Are they all villains while she's forever the phoenix? That is a narrative that lets her leave before she has to look inward. You must listen for the rhythm. Quick intensity, quick distance, quick replacement. Does affection switch off like a lamp? Does attention vanish the moment you ask for consistency? Don't rationalize those withdrawals as mood. Consider whether it's habit. Many men try psychology tricks to win such a woman. More mystery, more pursuit, more scarcity. Don't. That is like pouring gasoline on a match and calling it a candle. If someone has learned that closeness equals boredom and conflict equals exit, your fancy strategies won't rewrite code. They'll simply keep the drama loop running. Be warned, the early heat in these stories often comes from technique, not tenderness, from repetition, not resonance. She knows how to flirt, how to escalate, how to skip the awkward middle. Impressive? Sure. Intimate? Not necessarily. You must separate chemistry from compatibility. Chemistry is a sparkler. Compatibility is the electric grid. One dazzles, the other powers your life. Understanding female psychology doesn't mean labeling her bad. It means reading what's there, not what you wish were there. If she treats relationships like seasons, don't expect a forever summer. That is not cynicism. That is pattern recognition. Don't let your hunger for how to fall in love blind you to whether she knows how to stay in love. Ask harder questions. What does commitment mean to her? What happens when romance dips, as it always does? How does she handle repair, calls back, apologizes, learns, or does she ghost, block, replace? You must test for depth, not drama. Slow the pace. Say no to speed-running intimacy. Don't upgrade your role before you've seen her in ordinary daylight, when she's tired, annoyed, or bored. That is where attachment reveals itself in maintenance, not in magic. If she can be present without performing, you've got a chance. If she needs the adrenaline of the beginning to feel anything at all, you've got a carousel. Don't climb aboard and complain about the circles. Be honest about your own complicity, too. Men often chase repair for their old wounds by picking the woman who won't attach and trying psychology tricks to finally win. Stop trying to win what won't stay. You must invest in someone who treats closeness like a promise, not a prize. And yes, there are women with many past lovers who have done the work, therapy, reflection, real accountability, and can attach securely. Celebrate them. But don't confuse a polished highlight reel with a healed heart. Understanding female psychology helps you tell the difference, and it's fair to look for evidence. Responsibility taken, patterns broken, time between relationships used for growth rather than collecting new exits. Don't punish her history, evaluate her trajectory. That is maturity. If intimacy came easy, loyalty may come hard. That's not a law, but it is a risk. Be the man who reads risk honestly. You must protect your peace as fiercely as you pursue your passion. When in doubt, trade fantasy for clarity. If she's ready to build slow, steady, sturdy, you'll feel it. Fewer games, more truth. If not, walk with your head high. Don't confuse how to fall in love with how to fall apart. Practice a better lesson, how to fall in love without losing yourself. Remember it twice. Say it out loud if you must. Understanding female psychology, resisting the cheap allure of psychology tricks, and redefining how to fall in love. These are not tactics, they're boundaries. Keep them, and you keep your heart. 8. The woman who doesn't love you. This one breaks even the strongest men. She doesn't love you. She loves the attention, the comfort, the safety, the idea of being adored. She loves the version of herself that sparkles when you're around. But you, the real you, are just a mirror she uses to feel desirable. That's the heartbreak most men don't see coming. When a woman isn't emotionally invested, she isn't morally anchored. Without love, there's no respect. Without respect, boundaries start to bend. And when boundaries bend, betrayal slips in quietly. It never begins with a dramatic betrayal. It starts small. A harmless reply to a stranger's DM. A little flirting for fun. A private chat with a friend who understands. Then her phone begins to live face down, and one day she says, "It just happened." But it didn't just happen. It was built, one small compromise at a time. When she doesn't love you, peace feels boring to her. She craves drama, attention, and validation the way a fire craves oxygen. You'll fight to prove your worth while someone else, who doesn't even try, gets the version of her that feels alive. That's the cruel truth. If love isn't real, cheating isn't a matter of if. It's only when and with whom. Too many men fall for women who only half choose them. She says, "I love you," but her actions whisper, "Not enough." She's there, but never truly present. And you? You keep auditioning. You buy more gifts, you chase harder, you try to earn something that should be freely given. Stop. A high-value man doesn't audition for someone who isn't sure. He walks. He knows his worth, and he refuses to let someone feed off his masculine energy while giving nothing real in return. When a woman doesn't love you, she acts from self-interest, not partnership. She uses emotional attention as currency. Your loyalty becomes her validation, your devotion her proof of power. And because she never bonded with your soul, betrayal doesn't feel like betrayal to her. It feels like freedom. That's what destroys good men, realizing they were never chosen, only convenient. So, how do you protect yourself? You stop trying to win love that isn't freely given. You stop mistaking attention for affection. You stop building homes on shifting sand. Don't chase someone who loves the spotlight you shine on her. Don't compete for validation. Demand reciprocity. If she doesn't love you clearly, confidently, and consistently, walk away early. The longer you stay, the more of yourself you lose. A high-value man understands that real love doesn't hide, doesn't play games, and doesn't need drama to stay alive. It chooses you, in the light and in the dark, and protects you even when no one's watching. Real love is simple. It doesn't need loopholes or constant chaos to feel passionate. It doesn't test your patience to prove desire. It brings calm, not confusion. The woman who truly loves you will respect your masculine energy because she's secure in her own feminine strength. She won't drain you. She'll inspire you. She won't need to cheat. She'll already have everything she wants. A man who stands tall, values himself, and refuses to settle for less. Remember this: if she doesn't love you, don't try to make her. If she needs constant attention, let her find it elsewhere. And if she plays games, refuse to be a player. Be the man who protects his peace, values his presence, and leads with strength. That kind of man will always attract women who can love deeply, honestly, and completely, without betrayal, without confusion, without games. So, brother, remember, this isn't about hating women. It's about protecting men, protecting you. The wrong woman can drain your years, your focus, your purpose. But the right woman? She multiplies everything you are. Stop ignoring red flags. Stop thinking love will fix what patterns keep breaking. Protect your peace, your mission, and your heart. Because the right woman won't make you doubt, she'll make you better. Thanks for watching, my friend. If this message hit home, take a moment to reflect on what you've seen. Don't chase beauty that costs you your peace. Choose a woman who adds to your purpose, not one who distracts you from it. Take care of yourself, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.